Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Hey guys, all right, we need your help. So we are very close to 3,000 subscribers. We're averaging about 100,000 views a week, and we've got about 2,800 subscribers. So if you guys could hit the subscribe button for us, we would greatly appreciate it, and it would really help us in moving these projects along and our channel. So if you could do that for us, we'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and on to the video. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Tuesday. It's June 24th. It's about 9:15 in the morning, and we are rolling over here on our 1958 Chevy Apache. As you guys saw yesterday, we went ahead and got the dash sanded down, bare metal. Got the dash. Started working on this door jamb. Got this side of the door jamb pretty good. But today, we got to go from there, all the way across, and then down. I got to get that done and dialed in. I want to get in here cleaned up in these little edges, as well as the 3 panels on the dash that you saw me do yesterday that I installed that are brown. The glove box door, the ashtray, and there's another panel that covers, it's like a filler panel where the AC controls are going to go. I want to get those down to bare metal. But I'm really going to focus today on this door jamb, finishing the dash, and kind of going from there. Okay, that's kind of the idea right now. So that's really the plan. I do have 1 drum left. I need to make a Harbor Freight run, get some more pads and stuff like that, but it might be Thursday. I'm trying to just use what I have at the moment, see where we get. But I do have a good pad on here that's, I believe it's 240 grit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over this dash. I'm going to remove those brown panels and then go back over the dash to remove any of the deeper scratches or anything like that and really smooth it out, make it more uniform, and just clean it, take it to the next level, right? Because there really is 0 body work to be done on that dash. All I have to do is prime it, block it, paint it. That's basically where we're at. So knowing that, we want to keep that dash as we could possibly keep it, right? So, and it'll look better while I sit here and stare at it for 2 weeks, and that'll, you know, it's worth the time. So we're gonna get that going. I was sitting here last night talking with Ron. He was going over, he was telling me about all these cars he used to do. He said, your whole life is in my bedroom on these little VHS tape things, the little ones. I said, really? He goes, yeah. I did a 57 Corvette back in the day. It was a 58 Corvette rear with a 57 Corvette front. He kind of took 2 cars, cut them in half, and made 1 car. They've both been wrecked, that kind of thing. But he made a 57 Corvette out of it. He said, I got all that on video. I've got all this stuff. Going to the Corvette Enterprises in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, which was at the old Nike missile silo, which is amazing. Harold is the guy that used to own that. And I don't know if he's even still alive. But I remember going there a lot when I was younger. Hell, at one point, me and Dad went there at the very end. This is probably, I don't know, it would have been after 2001. I would say 2005-ish, somewhere in there. He was trying to sell us everything he had Corvette for $55,000. Should have bought it. We're talking C1, C2, C3 Corvette stuff everywhere. Didn't have $55,000 at the time, or a way to get $55,000 at the time, but broke as a joke and, you know, all those things, but damn. And you'd have needed a Costco warehouse to put all the shit in, but my God, you'd have made a lot of money. In today's market, I think he had like 15 or 20 of the complete, really good shape chrome windshield frames for the C1 Corvettes, the 50s, I think 55 to, or 50, I know 56 to 61, 62. He had all those, the convertible tops for those cars, all the different gauge clusters, the seats, the seat frames, you know, he had a split window body. Was that a 63? Split window coupe body. Just the body, but in great shape. In the silo, which was really cool because up around it, right, you had the whole top, which was just acres, right? And he had horses and stuff, so they would be riding horses around. But it was just all these old wrecked Corvettes and shit. It was like a Corvette salvage yard, right? I mean, it was amazing. And he would take you down into the missile silo. The missiles weren't there anymore, obviously, but the silos with the doors that opened up and all the fucking cool. And down in there was more Corvette stuff, like lots of it. So it was really cool, but we got all this on these little videos. So I got with my wife and we got with a company and we're gonna send those out and get them digitized and put on to where we can download them and do that. And I'm gonna post these, and it might be 6 months from now, but once I get them back and, you know, all the things, we're gonna do a whole series on all these cars that we've done over the years. My dad's Flame Model A, that's in our logo, the Browns Rod and Custom logo. A lot of that stuff on that car. He filmed everything. I didn't know that because I was like, you know, 5, but he basically could have been a YouTuber back in the day. He was doing it. He videoed and went over how he did all these things. I mean, step by step, and what he changed and all this stuff for himself. And so, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same way. Back in the day, you wanted a record of what you did. That was the only way to do it. You didn't have an iPhone or smartphone, that kind of thing. So, pretty cool. But I think I'm going to get those digitized and then get them out to you guys, some of them, and let you guys see these places, and we'll go over Corvette, the old Corvette Enterprises, and walk you through the Nike missile silo and stuff, which I'm a 99.9% positive is on this. Pretty cool. Pretty cool deal. So, anywho's, sorry I got off on it. But, squirrel. I'm gonna shut up and start working. So, yeah, I'm gonna set you guys up again like yesterday. You guys can watch. I'm working on getting better music. I apologize. And we'll get this going. So stay tuned for more 1958 Chevy Apache.
guys, let's show you what we got here. So, a lot of work happened today. It's just a dirty job. It's tedious, takes some time, but got the ashtray, the other panel, and the glove box door all sanded down. So the dash is pretty much there. Went over the dash with the 240 grit. It's looking a lot better. Really happy with how this is turning out, honestly. I went ahead, hit up here and down here. A little bit here, but I didn't want to erase Ron's marks here. So I'm just kind of leaving that for a minute. I did get the body line here for the most part, and up here all the way to there. And then we got this about as far as I can get it without removing the handle. So I'm just waiting on that tool. Got this up here, knocked down, up in here and around, really just kind of dialing it in. Got some more of this off, which is good. Some more here as well. That's huge for us. That needs to happen. Any of that I can get off is a really, really big deal. And then over here, I got most of this off. So it actually looks like a door now. So really what I need to do is take the handles off, what I need that tool for, and then we can go from there. God, doesn't that look good? Doesn't that just look good? Holy shit. I mean, it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. Prime it and paint it right now. That is where that dash is for this 1958 Chevy Apache. I mean, I am just over the moon with that. So, looking good. Still got a lot of work to do. You know, we're getting in a world now where we can start thinking about welding and grinding up in here, like we've been talking about. I've run out of materials. These little guys, and these are pretty much worn down to nothing. So until Thursday, for you guys wondering why Thursday, that's when we get paid. that's why. So we're not rich and we're not sponsored by anybody, and you know this is just me and my dad and my wife and her daughter putting cars together. You know, this is us with what we have, and you know, we're not getting any deals. There's none of that, I promise. God, I wish there was. That'd be amazing. But one day, maybe. One day. I've heard of these things happening before, so you know, maybe we'll get there. But this is where we're at right now. It's starting to really take shape. Come Thursday, this will go another 1,000,000 miles because I will have the drums for the bower. I'm going to pick a couple of those up, a bunch of those little discs and the flappy paddles, and we'll be able to just hammer this thing out. And it'll really turn a corner. And we'll get some Port 15. We'll get the steering box for the Volkswagen thing. We got all that stuff coming. But, I mean, look at that dash. Holy shit. I'm so ready to paint that dash. I can't even tell you. It's going to be incredible. So, down in there will be black here soon, as well as this here to match the floor. And we'll just keep on keeping on. Just keep taking it apart, cleaning everything up, putting it back together, doing all the things. But really, really happy where we're at so far, especially with what we had laying around, just being able to just kind of jump in on it without really going and getting anything to help us do that, as far as the pads and all that kind of stuff. Normally I would go to Harbor Freight and just buy a ton of them and, you know, do that. Show you guys this. It's your daily Volkswagen thing content. God, she's pretty. She's gonna be so much better here soon, guys. And it's great right now, but it's gonna be so much better here soon.
Speedo cables. Actually have wiper blades on it that'll actually, you know, wipe rain and not scratch the glass. And yeah, steering column will be fixed. That new steering box is getting ordered on Thursday, and we'll get that in. I think what I'm going to do is pop the hood, remove the gas tank, which is right here. 4 bolts, a couple clamps. I think that's going to be my easiest path of travel to get to the brakes and to get to the steering box and unhook the steering column and all those things. It's all right here underneath of that gas tank. So once I take that gas tank out, I'm staring at it all. So I think that's gonna be my easiest path of travel. 4 bolts and a couple clamps, and I should have it out in 5 minutes. And right now I think I've only got like 2 or 3 gallons of gas in it, so it's not even gonna be that heavy. So yeah, but there she is, boys, in all of her glory. I love this car. Every day I look at it, I'm like, why am I selling this? It just seems stupid. But yeah, there she is. Got to get her cleaned up. I do have the T for the air shocks. There's like a T fitting that I tried to kind of band-aid up before. It finally blew. So that's why it's sitting a little cockeyed, because there's no air in the shocks in the rear. So I'm trying not to drive it. I did drive it around the block this morning just to, you know, drive it a little bit, but you know, that's where we're at, boys. We're kind of stopping early tonight. My Aunt Peggy's on her way here. Mom and Dad went to pick her up from the airport, and I don't want to be in the middle of doing all this kind of work when she gets here. Just want to hang out and catch up. Haven't seen her in a while. So anywho's, that's where we're at, boys. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back on the Apache. I believe I'll be probably welding and grinding tomorrow. There's a good chance of that, just because I'm out of all the other materials. I have plenty of gas and wire and grinding wheels, like actual grinding wheels. I have a ton of. So, you know, I got cutoff wheels galore. These guys, I'm running short. So, gotta step up my little right angle die grinder game here. But yeah, guys, I think we're looking really good. This has just been a whole lot of fun. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. You know, a lot of people watch this channel and watch it all the time but aren't subscribed. Just hit the button. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, but it really does help us out a lot. You know, we're not one of these big channels that makes a lot of money. We are monetized, but I mean, we're not making really any money per se, and that's really not why we're doing it. But it would be nice one day to be making decent money off of it. That'd be kind of great. So if you'd like to help us do that, that'd be amazing, and we can actually build more cars if we do that. So anyways, hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you in the morning, and we'll be welding right up there. So this is where we're going to be living tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then Thursday, it's just all out. We'll go get all the stuff we need, and we'll just go to war on this thing. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night.